your laptop? And I was like, hold on a minute, it wasn't even that bad. Everyone shut up a bit. In 2020, Alex joined from Red Bull. The pressure from the media and from the team was huge. And in many ways, he had a great season, scoring regular points and taking his first podiums. But Red Bull wanted more. And at the end of the year, they took the tough decision. Sergio Perez got his chance alongside Max Verstappen. Alex lost his racing. And spent 2021 on the sidelines. He remained a big part of the team. He contributed to their championship-winning season, but he wasn't racing. It kills me. It kills me. Hunger never went, and hunger just got more. The more that I sat watching driving, the more I wanted to be back in it. On F1 Beyond the Grid, me, Tom Clarkson, will hear how that took Alex Albon back into Formula 1. I wanted to prove a point to be able to come into the year and show people, oh, hold on a minute, he's actually not that bad. What made Alex want to prove a point? How did he keep going during a tough year from the sidelines? How has he finished since his Red Bull days? Why does Williams excite him? What really happens when he, Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc win the golf course? And why did a trip to an orphanage in Thailand leave him with bleached red hair? Alex answers all of those questions and many, honestly, fully and totally. We sat down just after his amazing drive to 10th place at the Australian Grand Prix, where he ran a whopping 57 laps. That's almost an entire race distance on the same set of tyres. Enjoy our conversation. Well, hello, Mr. Tyre Whisperer. Oh, God. I hope you know when I heard that to begin with. I hope you didn't watch my dinner race. From the first thing, I was like, chips tyres after 5 laps. Because my medium enjoyed the story. I was trying to race Lewis for the first 3 laps of the race. I thought, I'm doing a good job here. My time was away. Well, you're definitely the Tyre Whisperer after that. What was it? It was audacious, almost the zero stop strategy, wasn't it? It was amazing. It feels a bit strange at the time. It didn't feel, when you're in it, you don't really think about it. You just think, well, we've got a point, that's great. When you think, when we were out, it's crazy. I think it was, we said, over 10 years, so it was 12 years since we did the strategy. Yeah, there you go. And yeah, it was fine. I was actually improving. I was 3 or 4 tenths of my best lap previous as I got. So, which was the 3 or 4 tenths needed to a safe lap, so. But we just go fast. How is that possible when everyone else was struggling? Yeah. You just come out of your engineering. How did you explain it? Yeah, it's a weird one because no one truly at this minute understands time. And if we look at they're all doing the same strategy through the grid. There's not one car competing another car, and even between drivers, teammates, this is different. And it's the same with the race. Sometimes the great, sometimes don't. We did 56 of that on one set of tyres, and felt fine. And so it's kind of confusing, but at the same time, I think on that tyre, C2 tyre, you're really good. It's very similar to that tyre, it was great. I think there was a little bit of opportunity there because we had a 3-place grid penalty, so we knew going into the race, let's just spend sort of flying, setting the car for the race. We did, and we avoided the grading. I think most important. And yeah, we got by, so it was quite cool to be able to keep up with the parents and find burst in the way from the West Team. It's also quite hard, they really consider it. I think it's the yes. Just need to describe it. So just for people who want to know Alex and his went and he really went into the shop here in Williams. There's a story going to what's happening before now. Similar situation as most of Asia / Australia. They've been a pretty heavy lockdown for over 3 years, and I haven't been there since 2019, so it was a good chance to see my family, but also, I guess, a bigger over in Thailand, and I wanted to use my following as to do some good. So I went to an orphanage, and the kids were 2,500 kids in this orphanage, massive orphanage. They have their own store. It's a whole village dedicated to orphans. It's incredible, and they're doing an amazing job with it. And a couple of the kids showed me around there. Some really tough stories. But they're massive fans of Liverpool. And people don't know Liverpool. There's a massive following to the Premier League. And you're either a Liverpool fan, a Man United fan, a Chelsea fan, or an Arsenal fan. But I'll say, generally speaking, you're either Man United or Liverpool. And obviously, all the kids play football, red shirts, they have red hair. And to dye their hair. So, in the temple, to explain it, there's a little orphanage for 5 months, as well as Yossi's run. So there's a bit of a whole thing towards it, but that's Yossi capital. It's a team in London, and it's one of the biggest sponsors for the orphanage. So the monk was there, very highly expected. He was sitting in one of the chairs he gave me, and I had a stray cat in my hand, and I had the kids down my head. And sorry, I walked in blind. Because the other kids had blonde, so the kids had red, but they went out blonde. That's what I told you, that's what I told them. And then we went out red here, but the local village, across the street, was still selling the red dye. So they quickly went to the red dye. And I'm telling you, this dye was 30 baht, which is like, it's like 50-60p, 60 cents. And that's the thing. And when I put it on my hair, I was like, I just hope I wake up and my hair's all pulled back. It's really great. It's a really interesting thing. It's the generosity. Isn't it something called the Iceman? Or he's giving like a song really cool. So his brother, Olga, is called, he's not as the Iceman. In the orphanage, just coincidentally, because every time he goes, he brings ice cream for children. There's 2,500 pesos. That's a lot of pesos. And the kids call him Ice Cream because they know every time he comes, he makes ice cream. Not giving back. I wish it was. I wish all the kids were better. Giving back in the it's a great story. And keep it red. Keep it red. That's the only way. It's like keep it red. That's the moral of this story. It is very patchy. So I might need to get it re-dyed, proper salad. Just to make the kids are great, and I feel they have great futures in getting bigger edges. But maybe it's fun. It's like edges and keep it with the family. Can we just talk one thing about the sports finish? Is you scored World Championship what did that signal in Melbourne beating? Yeah, I would say it truly did feel like a win. Yes. So, like I said, it's awesome, mate. It's great. You've got the point. Congratulations. Awesome. Yes, guys. Amazing. It's not beautiful. It felt just as big as any other point that I've scored. I've scored, unfortunately, but I've scored no games in it. It felt equal to that. It's impactful as a driver to see the team respond so enthusiastically to the point, because of course we haven't had the best start to the year, and honestly, we're not where we want to be. So it's hard. It's easy to get caught up in that, and it's not great, but to be able to give that back to the guys and girls there to see it meant to everyone. To me, but it meant a lot to me also because it meant a lot to them, if that makes sense. And to see everyone so enthusiastic, amazing to be making that contributions. And do you think the keep scoring points are going to have to do things differently going forward as well? Ideally, of course, I don't want to be kind of be doing 57, 58 races every time. And find that. I know what you mean, yes. We don't have the pure outright race, so we need to be different. Ready to the guys' strategy, to be honest, ready into that race. First thing we said is if we didn't want anyone else that was going to score anything, and we don't have the pace or pavement to be in the top 10, but let's try and make something happen. And we did, and it worked. That's kind of the beauty of F1, I feel like. Anything can happen, and it's tires, we're so new into the championship, everyone's really got grips with it. There's opportunity, and there's a few DNFs going around as well. People are struggling around, but I don't see. Saying that, so we don't want to stay in this place the whole time. It's just the big races that we know we're struggling. It's not like we're sitting there and going, everything feels good and fast. We have clear limitations. We need to address them. Once we do address them, I feel like we'll do one step strategy and end up in a top. Do you believe in the potential of BMW? Is there a writing in the time as well we're talking about development? There is. There's clear directions to go, and I 100% believe if we can fix it, we are the fighting for it. It's less about efficiency, choosing the right upgrades at the right time, and making the right steps to achieve that. Because it's easy to see a lot of issues at once and then go, we need to make everything better. But realistically speaking, we just need to choose the biggest problems and focus on them. Especially with the budget cap that's come in, you have to be very selective about what you're doing. So that's that right now. But yes, I do believe so. And as a team leader, because I feel that's what you are, do you feel the team is relying on you to direct where they put those upgrades? Yes, to some extent. I rely on them. So we're a true team in that. And we've been on the sim last week, even this week actually, making sure we get the right direction. It's going to be an exciting time. It's really enjoyable to be a part of a team where clearly everyone's ears are open and we're trying to the best of the team and we're exploring, looking at different avenues to go down. And that's it really. I quite enjoy it. It's kind of a new role for me because I'm not the most outspoken person, but I do feel like I've had that year in between where I've been able to develop not just as a driver but as a person. I feel like I can be that team leader. Trying to put that into use and be a part of that development is exciting.
Are you really like mine? Because I was going to say,
Oh, you don't have to take me now. Really?
and literally a year away from racing in 2020, your perspective was
Yes. Perspective, I would say too much. But what I did learn is experience and I would say general maturity in that way because I felt like the driving I could improve yourself was up that whatever. It's a tricky situation to be in, but you're coming that year away. I'm driving a simulator, which is only so good, but the simulator has a restart button, and it doesn't have quite the motion that you do in a real car. So I turned my attention more towards, well, very simply, almost be a better driver. That's the main aim. How do you do that without driving the car? That's strictly efficient. So my focus was more like, how can I develop myself? What do I need to improve? How can I work with a team and understand just driving is a very natural thing for us, and it's also building the foundations of how to communicate with the aero guys, with the vehicle dynamic guys, with the engineers, with everyone else in the team. How does that help get the performance? Just understanding also even just the simple politics of everything and how everything works was really beneficial for me this year. I think it's actually something that the general media public look over is they look over two drivers, look over between teammates. But what they don't see is a driver's value in developing a car. It's for sure someone like Lewis is unbelievable at feedback and pushing development and pushing the team in the right way. There's no reason not to believe that if you're up at the front for that long, you're very good as a driver to make sure the team focuses in the right areas to improve and develop the car. And that's the part which I don't think you may also.
Did you think we're seeing a Ferrari this year in their show? They were seeing the headlines, he's winning the races, getting the competitions, and yet Carlos Sainz may well be really helping develop.
It can very, very well be that. And I think that's a bit which maybe, I mean, that's a process, but it is a very valid point, and it's a big contribution to a driver's value to the team.
And do you think that one on the loss of has helped you with drivers, for example?
There are definite parts to it. I think what was also important was just listening to Max Checo, other who speaks to their engineers, and you've seen that Checo does or Max does, then works with time management and things like that. I look at the data, I have the data, I can access it, whenever I wanted to. So I would take bits from it, and also just as people, their personalities, how do they interact with the team? How do they work? We're all on ourselves, and we have different ways of working, but it was interesting to have that step away from the spotlight and from the paddock in that way, and look at things from a different perspective.
There is so much more to achieving a clean, smooth shave than you might first realise. Did you know that cleansing and exfoliating before you shave increases the chance of good results? That's why Reese has a huge range of products designed to give you the best shave possible and make you feel good in the process. Harry's shower gels, face wash and skincare products perfect to implement to a shave. They're formulated with 0% solvents, parabens, dyes, and they're alcohol-free, so they clean your skin. And they smell great too. It's like a spa in your shower. I find their stone shower gel so cool and refreshing in the mornings, and when used alongside their face wash, and it's so good to eucalyptus, it's the perfect way to kickstart my day. Your good listeners can get hold of a free travel-size shower gel when you redeem a free Harry's trial set at harrys.com/group. All you need to do is pay £3.05 for delivery. In your trial set, you'll get an expertly engineered handle to give you more control over the shave, a flavouring cartridge complete with precision trimmer, handy travel blade cover, and a lubricating shave gel. And don't forget that freebie shower gel. Just head to harrys.com/grid to have your set delivered and start the shave plan. And your freebie will be added at checkout. That's harrys.com/grid.
Sergio Perez, who teams own winter Red Bull in his sixth race for his new team. Sergio Perez, seems like
How tough is it did last year because you racing for 18 months.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have to take a step back and you have to listen to the back end, particularly.
It killed me. It killed me. It was terrible. It was one of the things. I got announced, that I was no longer going to be a race driver. Pretty late. It was maybe December.
So they held it after the last race.
That's really exactly. And that was late for me too, obviously. But they still believed in me and they still trusted Christy and everyone at Red Bull. And I still had a very good relationship with all the people that I worked with. And on my side, it was more or less like, okay, so how do I want to be in F1? I feel like I was on the hungry driver right now because I want to be in that team. How can I get back into it? And very quickly, it was just, okay, I need to do the best job I can right now, straight away, and show my value. Not in the sense that I'm not just talking about when I'm in the car, I need to show my value, everything outside of the driving side. The sim driving, so they're still there. But yeah, that was really it. And I was straight to work. I was developing the car already in December for the guys the year after. So when we went into 2021, we did a few things and we focused on some areas that made the 2020 car so difficult to drive. And to Bahrain, to testing, the first 3 days of testing, I don't know if you remember, but it was moving up a lot. And they're just listening to I had the radio on, listening to Max Checo was there at the time, and obviously Checo was new, but Max drove the car last year, was talking about how much better the rear felt, how much saved it was, and you're just like, it does hurt a little bit, because at the second point you're like, okay, that's great, I feel like I've contributed to that.
And all the way people in the Red Bull organisation knew that it was you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, even people like Adrian and Christian, they give me a lot of credit for it. I don't want to say I helped, in a massive amount, but of course I put my own chips in to the whole thing. And it was and I was watching the sidelines for the whole year. The first few races, it was terrible. I was a reserve driver, so I had to go to every race, but just being there, I couldn't watch them or anything. It was just sitting there, trying to stay away from it as much as I could, but get used to it. You build the.
How do you feel as a reserve driver when you're not
driving it? I was spending 3 days a week in the simulator, thinking, I spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in sim, and I flew out on Saturday to the race. So I was busier than I am with this, and I was doing DTM at the time too. So I was busier last year than I was this year and 2020 when I was actually driving. It was really fun, but worth it.
And it's enjoyable.
Anyway, it was enjoyable because I felt like, obviously, the more I got used to the fact that I was racing, the more I felt becoming a team player in this. And of course, I guess my heart still played in towards Red Bull, and I still wanted Max to win the championship. So there was that element of I'm helping the team traveling this thing, and I enjoyed that side of it. And of course, when Max did win, of course, it was controversial, but it still felt. I still felt very happy for Max for the team, and I felt like I was a part of it, which was what it was all in the end.
Lose faith that you get back into racing.
Now it just got more and more that I started watching women driving, the more I wanted to be back in it. But of course, there comes a time when you just don't know what's going on. I think there was a point where Checo didn't have an easy time with it, so at the start of the season. And there was also I turned into a driving coach. I didn't know what I was going to see about that later. So thinking I was doing skills always it's a bit of there's responsibilities, you know what you're doing, but Checo was doing a great job by putting that into it sort of sign as I'm good as opposed to Yuki was also picking it up. And he signed early as well, for next year. So I was in a position where I was like, well, my chances within the Red Bull family are kind of they're not really there. And of course it hurts, but it never stopped me from trying. I had a plan, I had it written down, what I'm going to be doing, and it was only one of those teams on that list, but that's what was really interesting. But then there was inevitable plan B, plan C, plan D, whatever it may be, and I went to a few, again, IndyCar actually, because as an enjoyment, because I came out of DTM, I was like, I enjoy the series, I enjoy the people, and I love working with the team, it was Air Force at the time. But I was like, I don't enjoy the GT racing, I don't enjoy the ABS, the traction control, that kind of stuff. I want to drive something that I enjoy to drive. So I was looking at IndyCar as my main plan, was and as time went on during the year, the more like that was the direction I was heading, so I could be silly and plan A, and then not have a backup plan. So I was just going to see still.
Did you go through it?
Yeah, and I spoke with the teams. I made sure that I had my face shown. Had good conversations with but of course, my heart was always in it. And I think the referee, who I had a chat with Ineos for the first time,
Can I ask who approached you? Who was that?
this one, I approached him again, like a CV. You know, this is what I'm about. And I told you this one, and pick this fine. But basically, said this is what I can do. I've got some statistics. I've got my favourite courses and shit. And
How receptive?
that's approached me. It was great. Just from the very beginning, it was very interesting.
But they knew about one, but they were using it.
I think it was in that period, right? I don't really know much, but yes, I think it was around that period. And then we just kind of started that conversation. And we spoke more. And there was a point where, you know, I was talking to somebody, but it was announced that I was getting on the way through. And it was it went pretty seamlessly from that point. And within like 2 weeks of the conversation, in a 2 week span, the conversation was just wrapped up very quickly. And then by the end of the 2 weeks,
So how long we can't understand that you're living that, you know, you've been on the emotional roller coaster in which I can go in again. It's bad for now, but I can say it's not happening, and then suddenly it's ramping up again.
yeah, well, the thing is, I still rely on because I am helping set up the other in was in line because my steady contract with them, and it was, you know, this one, there's a lot of things I need to be moved around, a lot of people that wants to be done. And so they were very happy with me, and everything just clicked together and it all gelled up, and that's it. There we were, and I was pretty, I think I was just like, oh, it is so much effort going into it, and it's like that kind of, what do you call it, is that calmness, that, okay, we're in it, but then now where your mind's going, there you go, it's the competitor in you, it's like, right, I need to prepare, okay, I need to start listening to the team, I need to understand George, to Nicky, and understand if that side, start going into meeting, starting the car, and people within the team, and I said, you know, your mind's gone, and you can go back into it.
Right, controversial question. What's the difference between the Mercedes power unit?
Nothing. They close my eyes and they're going to say,
West Williams is the biggest selling point.
they didn't need much to this. They could have given me anything. I would have yes, please, thank you very much. And I first went into the team, I could see first that Gus was very passionate, very motivated. I could see this. He has a confidence as a confidence ambition that is kind of addicting, and you know, you feel like you can just trust what he says, and he's not that much passion in what he does. We think, you know, that will push him a long way into the future. And I spoke with the board members too, within it, and everyone seems like they're very, you can see that, you know, they really are excited, genuinely wants me to be in the team, and everything's about the future, and you know, they're not looking just next year, it's 5, 6, 7 years in front, and with Dorothy as well, and it's our main on Williams. But there was this real feeling like we can do great things, and that's it. So,
And what's your ambition? If they beat the team around you and achieve great things together?
well, that's the dream scenario. But yes, exactly that. It is a long-term project, and you know,
Pushing back to rent.
it's complicated. No one wants to know the ins and outs, and I don't guys do. But it's for their own certain thing. But there is a bit of, you know, stuff moving around. But what I can say is this year, probably we believe right, but that's what I see. I see, just as I saw last year, the best thing I can do for myself is to do the utmost. And I genuinely believe it. I do believe in this team. I see a great future for the team, and I want to be a part of that.
Having taken this year out, back racing, I feel I'm setting up for zero. Relaxed.
Exactly. I think that's fair. Yes.
I mean, is that the maturity that you
So I think we've seen this better. I agree. You know, I was very stressed in 2020. And it's very simple, but it's like, why stress? You know, it's working yourself up over nothing, because it is a stressful business. This. And you kind of look back in 2020, I thought to myself, you know, did you really enjoy it?
what did you
It was like, of course I enjoy racing, I enjoy driving, but experimenting with it, and you know, just it's really the pressure I put myself under more than anything else. I'm my biggest critic. It was was stressful. And you know, I realised you've got to let that side of you go. Competitive and it's weird. We're all under pressure. It's well, we are. Sure, I can tell you we are. But I feel like I've already been sacked. And in a way, I feel like I feel in a peace in a way. And I feel like I'm in a good place. You know, I'm happy. I'm enjoying my racing, and that's sounds a very basic thing, but it's one of the most important things to be doing as a racing guy is to make sure that you're enjoying it.
Are you better rating if you're enjoying it?
Yeah. I feel like if I say that's good.
Thing is, clearly you responded to the pressure that yourself under because you did 26 races to Red West. You scored points in 20 of them, including a couple of podiums. That's a very decent strike.
I think it gets bad rep 2020, but it's nowhere near as bad as I didn't see it as a terrible year. You know, I was inexperienced. I was in my second year in F1. Look at most people in the top teams who've had at least 5 or 6 years worth of racing. You know, this year, when you, I read as a driver, as a person, I myself know right now that I would be way on top of what I was in 2020 just because I know so much more. And yeah, you know, then I don't regret it, and I feel like I've still got podiums on a trick card to ride. It was a good learning process. I feel like I've learned, you know, I kind of went through the trenches, and it still has good results. And yeah, it's one of those things like the thing coming back to this year was also I knew that it wasn't that bad, and I wanted to prove it. I wanted to be able to come into the year and show people what I could do. It's actually not that bad. At least for the moment, I don't think that's going in that direction.
Every day we hear about how our morning rituals can change how we tackle our days. Have you ever thought about your evening rituals and the impact that they can have, allowing ourselves transition time to wind down with our devices and unwind in the evening? Allows us to stop our racing thoughts and drift off to sleep and enjoy your day by empowering off the things. Here at Beyond the Grid, we're proud to be partnering with CALM, the #1 mental wellness app, to give you the tools to improve the way you feel. CALM's guided meditations are an excellent way to reduce stress and anxiety. They're imaginative sleep stories for children and adults in helping you drift off to sleep in no time so you feel rested and recharged the next morning. You might even find that their daily movement sessions are the best way to fix your demeanor and uplift your mind. There's something to suit everyone, and new content is added every week. Listen to the show. CALM is offering an exclusive offer of 50% off a CALM Premium subscription at calm.com/bid or at CALM, CALM.com/3 for 50% off unlimited access to CALM's entire library. That's calm.com/bid. I think they've got 2 pivotal moments which have then ended as they did. I think changed, for example, on if you long term, and they both got this
It comes off second best. The car's touch. Home to certainty has been wiped out in a matter of seconds.
Brazil 2019, well, like second, Austria 2021, even though its main contact didn't happen. And then, of course, there's the lack of momentum and things like that. Do you look back on those 2 moments as pivotal in any way?
No, I don't. You know, of course, when I had better results, it would have put things in a completely different mindset. And yes, I think I do remember my first race, second race in Austria. The races, I was getting like actually like in the like, where's your performance? Where's your laptop? It's important. It was even like that. And everyone would chat with. And I think a result like that would have quieted it down. I would have had the next few races, 6, 7 races, kind of with a bit less of that noise. Because then we started this race of the year, it was there, and it was quite intense, that kind of, you know, what's going on, you know, it's that kind of what's going on, and for sure would have helped, but I never ever played those with any of my kind of what's happening to me. In that sense, it's all yeah, very apologize publicly after Brazil. He did. He said he was quite pain actually. Did you chat with him? That's why you do business. I was looking at the top, but they actually brought some cars still sitting next to me. I don't like cars.
So anyway, regardless of this finished option, it was a huge bit. It was a 30 or 40 minute option, so you have to be better rested. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. He apologised, and honestly, sort of, I still have that, especially in Brazil. I look at it as like I can still have done, you know, in crashes and things. We still get crashes between you guys. It's never 100 with no give and take. You're straight one that do It also raises the question how tough it is to be alongside Max Verstappen. Just talk to me about his driving with data. Is Max Verstappen particularly good?
I'd say that he's always a leader, personally to me. But if anyone watches MotoGP, think of someone like Marquez. He has a very specific driving style, and it works for him, and it's quick, but it's not always the easiest to follow. And partly, of course, if that guy is always doing well, there's no reason for the team to ever deviate to something else. I think part of that was, you look at the data, there's nothing that you goes, wow, no, this and this and this is incredible. Of course, he's on the limit. He likes a car that's very much on the nose. I think that's a pretty well known thing. He likes a lot of fun. He can go great as a teammate. I think they go from that. It's good. The new car, new race is kind of rebalancing it a little bit more. Some drivers doing a great job. They can't fit some, but he's obviously super talented and likes the car accessibly. It's hard for us to follow.
Is he political?
No, he's not at all. Straight. Very straight. One of the most straight, actually. He has a lot of self-belief, which you would take if you won the World Championship, but he's seen it before then. And he's in a position where he doesn't need to be political, I think, usually speaking. He can just do the talking on the circuit. So people see him as maybe arrogant. I don't think he is at all. I think he's just very, very determined, very hungry, sure of himself, but he's not arrogant. Like I said before, he can just simply just stop on the track.
If I were one of your teammates, it doesn't give you data. What would particularly stop? I mean, it makes life simple. You can have to go essentially.
No, there's nothing particular I would say. And I would say, before I even broke his max up, I always love content group. I always had way more fun than anything else I used to race against. That's broken things that I've been through. And even through with Charles and debris and so on. And it's the same here when you're still like so he's just that Max was almost in the step in a different section of he likes a whole different world. So I would say I'm sort of reasonably, but I like to go on the post, even if it doesn't sound like I did 2020.
And you've always been a fantastic overtaker. I always think, is it something that it's just
So as kids, I was like 7, 8 years old, I used to be testing, and back in 2000, back in the old days, back in 2004, when it was black and white, there would be massive quiz, just like team cadets, each 12 years old, they would be racing against each other. And my dad used to, I used to love my dad in practice sessions with 40 cars on track each side. And I would love that with them. And I did a practice session, and the first practice session for me was a race, and I would go for the 40 and try and get up as many positions as I could before the second race. That was it. But basically all the time. It's just one of those things. I would say keeping racing is another area which strictly, especially these different kind of racecraft. You're dealing with dirty air, and you're dealing with DRS, and you're dealing with energy management. There's a lot of things going on. By deploying your battery in different ways to everyone else. There's understanding the other cars, how they fit in, which they're right in that instead of risk. I enjoy that side of things. I enjoy trying to outsmart other people. Figuring out the outside thing is to me, it's nothing. It's only because they're depending that I have to go around the outside. And not me, we sit around the inside. But if they do it, they don't go around the outside.
Was it Kimmy around the inside the cops?
Yeah, that's the guys. I think about I know that. Yeah, I do. I think let's go back to karting. I think he's racecraft. He needs cars to really do that. Know how to race people. I feel like karting is the best racecraft when you're a kid, and everyone's simply on each other. The races with 25 cars within 2 seconds. But that's in a race. He's just a snake, he's a human snake. And it was all about defending and overtaking. If you lose one position, you always lose 5 positions. There's only 4 cars coming in you. So
Karting is important, and starting karting young is absolutely. My son is 17 years old. Is it hard with him? But
we see trying to get into a fight.
Anyone lies now, the something is different.
I think it is good. So he's actually very impressive. He started pretty late. He started when he was 12. That's right. That's right. And I think he may be better, but I think he's a little bit as well. So I think, and I don't know if this is right or not, maybe some urologist, psychologist, or something, which has a knowledge. But I feel like you're young, when you start racing and kind of music. It's 4 or 5, which is ridiculous. I started that year. I started at 7, which is, that year's average. So I'm going to say that because I actually can't go to most tracks when you said so I was passing a field. My dad was leading my laptop to the field. It was a figure of 8, and that was it. So I was like, what's the time to be? And I thought it's like only like it needs to feel so natural, and it has to feel like you're at one, and everything is, you don't think, you know what I mean? It's not just, if I can't explain it to you why we do things, we just do it. That's what you really want to explain it to you. But it has to feel, you know, like saying exactly. And I think if you start too late, you miss that beginning part where it starts to feel like one, and then you start to have to think about what you're doing. That's when it's too late. It's just like people tell you start really young. Yeah. Which is like a start age 14. It's going to be a lot harder as you're watching. It's such a time. I really hope you're enjoying this time with Alex. If you are, because I'm reading the review and tell your friends and partners using the hashtag F1 group. There's still lots more to come through, please. Once you finish listening to this episode, why don't you come related interview from the Beyond the Grid archive? Use the links in the description for this episode to find my chance with Alex's girlfriend, Fernando Norris's science leader about his Williams teammate, Nicholas Mattia. Forever be on the real stand. You'll never miss an episode. You'll be the first to find out what the next guest is. Right, let's get back to the I look forward to the podcast. So you're racing so many of these guys since you're in this. Yes. It's different. I think for me it's different right now because Charles for races, but I would say that it's different if you pass to Charles now. That's never against it. You can't see anyone because there is still that's what that is, but it is very simple. F1 is a bit of a difference because you're invested, but you're all different machinery. There's a little bit of that we probably not so invested. You're going to make these a little bit more. You know, help us out, and then cars can always pushing for them, and nothing happens. So is it? Anyways, you get a change in a bit going. So there is a bit of that, but yeah, the competitiveness, the friendship, the fundamental friendship is the same. So you could just mix up on the yeah, that's it. That's like things in we racing against each other since we I suppose 12, age 12, all the way through to now. So that's a race together. I'm there more racing. And just the way that we focus so much. And I mean, maybe it would be a tough to be difficult than you saw them every day. But unfortunately, we're friends that maybe see that they're like one of these guys have friends. I guess these the old days when everyone hates each other and stuff. This might seem better. But it's never fresh. I like it, and I think that we don't treat each other differently all the time. Yeah, can we do that? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is we're not friends. We are, we enjoy each other's company and we help each other out. Once it comes to the side, it's kind of like everyone's their own and it's also it's like I said, everyone's part of a friendship away. Don't use little respect for another. They have something to get to be like. It's not like a reality TV show where it's like we take all our habits and that's it now. I'm following Instagram. Our relationship's finished. We're still friends. But check does happen. Maybe it's a bit of a thanks. That's what I'm going to think, but we got through the okay, so this is the situation. This is the best. Why they're good enough. That project was really good, but I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you for sure. Lando plays way too much. The guy has, it's upset, he just comes out a few times, so the fact that he fits it in is pretty impressive. I think over last week, we were there for 5 days, he was also for 4 days, he landed in Melbourne, and he left a day later than I left him something like he arrives, he's done a 20 odd hour flight, he's gone straight to the coast, from the airport, straight in, he says to me, hey, there's limits to fashion, but he loves it, and he's actually fancy it. He's got really good so the cars are he's really improved. And then there's a bit of a gap. I have to say that's where I am. I'm just like, can we put a number in terms of how many are you prepared to dive off? I played the other day, I got 19. What's that? It's 17 it's over 1.2. I don't know cards. It's the 7. Yeah, it's not too bad. And there is in between 15, I say, yeah, being like my student, maybe I'm not, I'm sure he's in tough otherwise. And then there's Charles. And Charles, let me tell you, he's different beast of existence. It's unbelievable. He's got it from somewhere, I don't know how he's got it, but he's over there, he's in the trees. He's hitched, he's hit backwards, he's on the grease, that's it. He's in club, and you're like, sorry, Jazz. Maybe just check a count, just it. And so there he is, and he's so much scoring, said that to me. Actually, the last weekend, to be able to afford because it was a single play. So then the Charles wanted to play, and I was going to think. Because I'm watching the guy, I was watching the show, so exactly his way down. Exactly all the science. I'm battery a little bit. And the signal, he comes back, he shouts out his button, and so we're writing it down, and I'm just like, there's just no way the guy is so I was like, alright, the last 15 holes, we're away from the compass, we can drink back up as a foot, and that's what it was, it's very well, just about 40 hours away,
Do you not find it incredibly frustrating? I mean, obviously, to be a good footballer, you're a perfectionist.
Yes,
on the racetrack.
I think it actually teaches us patience. It teaches us. I'm good. She's a coach. She's I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. I think she's very calm. She thinks obviously not calm enough. Chaotic. I'm not happy. But then at the same time, I enjoy it. Like it's so different. We do like that. You can't think of more different. We the stay still. Into a stationary. There's not much reaction time in that, and it's all about technique and also analysis. And it's really nice to be able to just do something so different. So slow paced. I'm not good enough to really get frustrated because actually to honestly we're a little bit better than being frustrated because we don't know why it's good. But it is.
Does your girlfriend give you lessons?
She does. But, you know when you're like, mom, dad, I'm not having this. They tell you something, don't listen because of your dad. And it's like, it's the same thing, and I'm sure if you teach I teach my sisters how to drive, they don't listen to me, so they listen to the driving instructor. I'd like to think I'm a little bit less talented than that. Maybe not, maybe he's the next Hamilton, but I don't believe he is. And it's the same golf. I mean, I'm no good. My girlfriend tells me what to do. And I'm just, he doesn't want, my next shot's rubbish. He just said to me, he doesn't like, he's like, you've got to give it time. That's the quick way, at least 3 shots to fix it. I need results now. So, exactly. And then there's the other side to it, which is, and it's again, like, she doesn't know where to start. She's like, everything's so wrong. Where do I even go to improve you? Nothing's wrong. So there's that side to it. It's a sport. There's no doubt about that. Yes. It's a sport. And excitement everyone listening to Willing you on. I'm hearing Williams. The vibe is great. You seem really relaxed. And pretty good. That's the fact. Thank you very much. It's great to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, a brilliant racing driver and a groovy golfer is as authentic a man as you will find. He comes alive head on and tells it as it is. He's the sort of person you want driving for you and sitting next to you in the pool. Thanks for your time, Alex. It was great to have you on the show. And please remember to send in your thoughts and stories every week. You some of them a shout out next week. Which reminds me of you sent in after last week's show, the design genius stick
you enjoyed that trip down memory lane, Radio Host said this fascinating episode. I loved every minute of it. The chance to listen to many eye-opening details of things actually like within the team, instead of only speculating from the outside. They now have a much better understanding of the dynamic relationship between several costs. Mitchell, thanks for sending that in. And yes, the engineers to provide insight about drivers that they don't give themselves. And what about this brilliant, really interesting episode? Culture shock moving from McLaren to Ferrari, a bit hilarious to listen to, but it's frustrating to actually experience. I think moving to any team after that era at McLaren would have been a shock in was the contrast going to be greater than moving to Ferrari? And what about this with Fernando Leon? What a delightful conversation as a Brazilian seller of this PR hero. To listen and learn about how he managed the settings and details of the car from his engineer was an art form, to say the least. Thank you so much for this episode. Well, thank you for getting in touch, Fernando. You don't have to be Brazilian. Send it to the end. I'll leave it there for this week in terms of messages. I want to end this before I go. There's something new, a mid-season upgrade if you like, for you to check out. You can now use the links in the description for this episode to find other related interviews with the off-grid archive, like Alexis Williams' teammate Nicholas Latifi, or his buddies Lando, Carlos, and Ivan. Look at the related episode links in the episode description. And why not follow a copy of the grid on your podcast app so you can never miss an episode? And check out the latest edition of F1 Nation with the six race reviews and expert F1 insights. Thanks for listening, everybody. F1 Beyond the Grid is produced by F1 and Audio Movie Studio. Until next time, flat out.
I'll be back. I'll check it.
I don't actually understand how you separate both of them. So that's why the question is, would you like to go back to Red Bull?
We're going to have something you can have maybe though.
Why? You just look so fully of it.
I love the feel. I was in it, you know. I was living it. I was riding a bike. I was wearing my skinny jeans. I was listening to a lot of rock and roll. You know, it was like, I don't know. You know, it's a young man's game. I'm good. I'll watch it. I'll drink beer. And watch you young lads duke it out on these ridiculous suicide bikes. Yeah, it's too. You know, there's a sweet spot. I hit it when you're like, honestly, yeah, I'm good at bike riding, but I'm not the best. I hit things. I ride smart. Like, I hit the I hit the discipline. It's like winning and just peaking, right? Like that's smart, not hard. Like shit, I did Red Hook and then it got really hard to win, and I couldn't win it anymore. So I went over to gravel. Sure enough, a bunch of those, and now they're really hard to win, and I might just convert these trucks.
Well, that was Strickland, the king of gravel, the king of Red Bull. I had him on the pod last week, and of course, I've got him right here. I'm talking this week. Guys, welcome to the console presented by Rafa. In a cracking episode, as always, for you this week. As I said, Colin Strickland. Colin, of course, is working with Rafa as well, and I want to hear his opinion on working with Cutting, because I have an opinion, you guys have an opinion. What's his opinion on working with Rafa and what they're trying to create this love for cycling? Working with Rafa, it's not just about sort of developing gear, but getting to wear the kit. It's actually sort of what they're trying to do is make everyone fall in love with cycling, this idea, this, you know, this passion behind the company. It's not just about kits, it's also about cycling and the culture.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a dream with a company that believes in power cycling as much as I do. They really put a force behind just trying to bring the sport to the riders, and you know, thereby growing the ridership and growing the experience, the cycling experience that we're all sharing together. And they're just wholeheartedly dedicated to bringing the ridership in. You know, whether people are serious racers, whether they're passionate about becoming a competitive bike racer, whether they're just enjoying riding with their friends. All of these rides are equally significant, equally important for the sport. And yeah, Rafa has been, it's been amazing to watch the race all aspects of cycling.
Well, like I said, talking with Colin Strickland, nothing more to say here, guys. Sit back, strap in, and enjoy the episode. Alright, Strico, mate, what's your nickname actually? Is it Strico?
Strico's good too, though. I've never heard that.
One of my best mates is Alex Strickle, and his nickname is start off as Stricko with the Strickle D. So yeah.
All right, let's stick with our clue. I'm half Scotch Irish and half Mexican.
Okay, well that's a handful. We're here at England. I've got Strickle. Mate, don't know if you know how this works, but more or less it's 4 topics this year: style, beliefs, culture, and about you. And I've got a few little questions underneath that. Pretty easy. You ready to rock and roll?
Let's do this.
Always starts with casquettes, tapalunos, mini cycling caps, whatever you want to call them. What is your style? How do you wear yours? You don't do that when you don't have a helmet on, so when you're walking around, or when you have a helmet on, whatever it is, what is your style? What's the cool style?
Let's see. Style for the cycling cap. Typically, it could be. I mean, most of us are pretty. Cyclists are something new, so it's like full gauge.
Skull cap, yeah.
Skull cap. That's just I like to reflect what people are doing, so I do that too. Make everyone feel like it's the part.
Even without a helmet on.
Even without a helmet on, I mean, it's cap, right? You're supposed to pull it all the way down. I assume it's not ready, but it's what we do.
So it crosses across the cap, the casquette crosses across the.
It certainly does. Is often given out as a participatory, a bit of a token of participation. Comes in the goodie bag. So yeah, just slap that thing, slap that cap.
What do you do with the print? Up or down?
I keep it down. I don't look real good with the flip rate. I don't know why, but it makes me sound back.
That's got to do with the no lift. You might have to bring a lift into the gravel seat. People are like, you do it.
I should. And then when you just throw your helmet on and you're like pinch it.
Yeah, that's true.
All those extra steps.
You do need to pull it down a bit when you put a helmet on. I will admit that. When you put a helmet on, there's zero lift as well. So, right, if you could have raced back in the day, or maybe you didn't, because I think in the US you can without a helmet. So, what is your style without a helmet? If you could have, or if you have, what about when you're sort of commuting around? What's your style? Do you sort of just run like a massive Sabrina style? Would you just be hair, maybe a capellino?
Good question. I did a lot of commuting actually in traffic with a Capellino back in college. Yeah, really foolish stuff. Like really ridiculous.
How did you have that? Facing reverse?
Yeah, usually forward facing. Still trying to pop into a shirt.
No, you should.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a photo. I'll send you a photo of me in my first alley cat race that that we spoke about in the pod recently. I'll send you a photo of that. I have a photo of me at a checkpoint. Yeah.
No shirt, jeans, skinny jeans, and a full pants.
I got a helmet on. I raced that race. 35-mile breakneck race in pants.
No shirt.
Jeans. It's a different thing, man. Different class.
So good. Do you shave your legs?
Not anymore.
Why did you shave your legs?
Peer pressure, man. I think it's a ridiculous waste of water.
Yeah, sure. What about if you just do it, some people do it with the clippers?
Yeah, and that's plenty. I'm not against it entirely, but yeah, the razor is just like, it's going to be all or nothing. It's just become ridiculous. It's just like vanity, ridiculousness.
It is. I agree.
It takes maintenance. It takes every few days you have to be on it. It's like, why are we doing this, man? Why are we all slaves to this ridiculous tradition? The benefits of gravel racing is like much immediate on like Ian Boswell, and I usually don't have shaped legs, so.
No, I've shaved my legs twice this year, so we are 8. I just sort of think we're getting pretty bear-esque though. I mean, like as in grizzly bear.
Yeah, so there's decline.
Yeah, it was huge. I'm like, is that because of all the years that I have shaved it now? It's just like that theory, that people go, if you shave, it's going to go back twice as long. So I've got like 15 years of shaving. So times a billion is my, and
a lot of life force.
Yeah. All right, did you wear, back in the day, X-Pro kit? Did you always just wear sort of plain branded stuff? Or, what was your style when you sort of started getting into the like sounds like open stuff?
Yeah, I had a friend who was one of my early cycling kind of influencers. He was on this team with the guard of Ultra Romance, and he's like a kind of an adventure rider in the U.S. Ultra Romance. He's just he wears just Capellino, usually shirtless. But my buddy, we were on a local team, and they had been racing. They had been in Europe, and they had bought a used Euro kit with the odds. So I bought this lot of for $200, all of these they blew out. It's amazing. I can't remember exactly all the stuff. It's pretty off-brand, Belgian kits. It's all this crazy, obscure kit for the first year I was riding. So totally ragged out, all blown out.
That's how it should start.
Those chances, everybody should wear trash. Yeah, That's my problem with like riders these days. There's all these phenoms who are arriving, like Bo Wilson, who's like winning everything right off the bat. Yeah, you guys never had the race materials, you crappy kid. It's something not right. You're missing out the experience.
Blown out, mixed matched kid. Exactly, that's where it
Life
is.
is a little Chevy, life-threatening material is part of the process.
Exactly. Brilliant. All right, let's go to the next topic. Bikes. Road G, road bike, mountain bike, or gravel bike. One bike of choice, what would it be?
Like now,
Yeah, right now.
probably back.
Yeah.
Because I work on that, and it's really engaging and fun. But no, really, gravel bike. I tell everyone to buy a gravel bike. If you want a road bike, well, still buy a gravel bike. But maybe it's road bike.
Yeah, that's good
I
call.
mean, it's just the most practical bicycle. There's a lot of traffic. I'm always trying to convince everyone in the room could we all just ride 38s and just not get punctures anymore?
On the road.
No one can go faster. We'd all go at the same speed. It's arms race to go faster than we ride.
We're
Get
getting,
more punctures.
we're getting closer. Like, I'm running 32s on the road now.
Yeah, if you're able to group on around 38s, but if it's a bunch of hitters on, yeah.
Oh, geez, I thought something could go wrong. All right, when you're going out on the beaches, are you a social bunch? Or you like to do like an hour about, just get out early bunch, just
I've been riding a lot of bunches. Honestly, Austin it's not really a big biker city, so there's not a lot of people doing. I mean, there's a lot of riders, but there are a lot of riders doing big hours. So it's a really life, man. My big thing this year was like somebody at this workshop was like doing a vlog, maybe another game to the shop, which is like riding 30, the 50K back to Austin. I would ride the shop, or else I would make it work on projects for 3 hours and then ride my kid. That's just what motivated me to get out for this year. It's been a challenging struggle this year, and that was part of it. Was like, you know what? I have comfortables. I'm gonna ride to the shop and then just ride home. You just gonna get into the stuff. I want to be well done.
you should just your bike shoes straight into like big boots, just get your shoes on as well.
The shoes.
Yes.
Yeah, like shoes. Yeah.
No way.
So my life is really bizarre, man.
See, I've got bike shoes on all day working with kid on. That is incredible. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking out there. I was thinking, tell me, see how
Oh my gosh. That's serious shit.
it's serious. It's pretty great stuff. It goes off.
Do you have a Strava?
Where is that?
Right, I love hearing it. Do you have a Strava account?
I do.
Do you hunt palms, KOMs?
Killing were never really my jam because I don't walk no fast and as you always miss the week. So, but what was the question about you?
Do you hunt them? Like, do you go for the juice? So, yeah, do you look, do you like, oh, there's one on the road?
Disappointment.
Did you ever?
Honestly, very rarely did I ever research one. I would, like, if I was feeling good on a ride, I would often like, be like, here's a hill. It's probably a KOM, but I never know where the start and the end is. So it's always kind of like a crapshoot. So I might time it right. You're like, oh, here's a cross street. This is about the end, but you never really know. I used to have a lot in Austin, and people just got started hunting.
That's my exact theory. Like, I can't be bothered researching it. I haven't synced up written down that you can do it on your Wahoo or whatever it is. But I'm the same as you. I'm like, this is a pretty unlucky up here. I reckon from the start of this sign, there's a sign here, there's a sign that's somewhere, and they've got to go 10 minutes early, 10 minutes longer. And then I get home and realise, like, I didn't even get it anyway. It wasn't even close. It was like 10.
Obviously, I'm a social racer, though. I just like I think the act of racing other humans, right? That's what I'm good at. Is like the gamesmanship, social racing, than just the solo stuff, or like the running. Particularly good at hills.
Exactly. Tell me about your favourite training loop. I know you're going to have to be up there and describe it because someone's going to know. Tell me about that.
Yeah, let's see. Anything about
Yeah, it could be anywhere. No, maybe
down in Austin, my favorite training loop is anything that takes me through this little town called Lockhart that I've been spending so much time because it's like that's the pocket of Lockhart of Austin. That's really like the southeast of Austin, which is a moving town, being crazy busy roads, but it's kind of like the only place that's area that's so much gravel. Near Austin still, they're all getting paved over. Austin doesn't really have any gravel roads. The gravel ride in Austin, but you get this little town, you get about 10% of your ride will be gravel.
Is that all?
But yeah, they're all getting paved over because the locals are, obviously wanting to drive on.
It's really getting more crazy.
Not many, this kind of Lockhart, is kind of the epicenter of gravel nowadays in Austin. Near Austin, there's nothing really that you don't really get gravel cave in Austin.
Where do you test your equipment out if you need to test it?
Well, I got my equipment pretty dialed because of the thing, but I just, that's a good question.
Out of lockup, I guess.
Yeah, Lockhart do well. 5 hours to Lockhart, you get 20%, but it's not much.
Interesting.
Changing, man. Everything changes. that. Remember the curve. That's, you gotta enjoy it while it's good. Get it while it's good.
Yeah. Right, when it comes towards you, are you a wave person? Simple non-gesture. What is your action as a rider that comes towards you? Yeah, right.
Connecting with other cyclists I see, or that at least trying to often reject.
Reject an elephant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah, shake this waiver. I live it, everybody. I like to try to keep the community, we're all in this together, right?
Tell me about your best bike of all time. What are those bikes that maybe it's not new, maybe it could be just something that was really crap, but you just love that bike. What is that bike that you think about? You go, you know, that bike, I just loved it. I don't know what maybe I did.
Really like the Allied that I wore, the Allied Eagle that I wore out on. I sold it. And I'm an idiot. I don't know why. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, I know. I'm not a really nostalgic person, but I also raced it all year and got one just like it. So I'm like, I don't need this unit anymore. But they didn't do it anymore, and it was a great bike. Yeah, great bike.
What's the history of them?
Yeah, and I'm much less nostalgic at the time. So I'm like, I'll win more. I'm like, I'm really more now. I'm like, I need that bike. I'm gonna track it down. That might be it.
The naiveness of the early part of your career, that definitely happened to me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on this great trajectory, and I realised at the end of my career, I'm like, that's the best years, the second year of my career. Oh gosh. All right, cool. So let's move on. Favourite race? Could be a race you've done, could be a race that you would like to do. What is the favourite race for you?
Favorite race? Single race. Yeah, trail is a ridiculous 5-day stage race where you have to camp. There's actually transporting a big bit of your camping equipment. It's a stage race in Western U.S. and it is. And you camp every night, and it is an amazing event. I in 2019, I went to that race, and I crashed so hard the first day. I crashed 35 miles per hour, like down a hill, reached for a bottle, just ragdoll, and I'm showering in like Elysiums, and I was road rash the entire time camping. Yet still had a really damn good time, like out of GC, just enjoying the damn event. It was still so good. So yeah, if I could enjoy it with a body really crap, it must be good. So Oregon Trail. Again, would you do that every year? No, I didn't do it this year. I didn't do it last year. It's a whole fleet out there, but it's a big call. But it was just so good. I had to get back this year. It is an experience. 5 days without.
Is it a trial? As you said, is it a single trial or is it a race?
It's a gravel road.
What about your favourite rider of all time?
Favorite rider of all time? That's a great question. Let's see. My favorite rider, I would say, based on just a race, I would say he endeared himself into my heart. I was such a shit sports fan. Thank you. My favorite rider of all time.
What's your rider?
It's Dogger, that's right. It's Dogger.
Favorite rider right now?
Favorite rider right now, Pete Steno, man.
Yeah.
It's like he has got himself into such a good headspace. Like he's a little bit, he could always tell us from skating the ground scene, in terms of like, he was hungry. He was like really hungry. It was kind of intense, but now it's just like that. He's really good at riding. He's so good at riding. Like, yeah, he's just such a nice guy and so positive, and yet he kick your ass like so hard. And he's such a nice guy. Like the first race of the year, about his 5-hour race, the average 291 average, and he's 145 pounds. He's light, and he's putting out so much power. Yeah, he's very impressive. Maintaining a good attitude, that's the most important thing.
I do agree with you. Like when you first went across, you see a different guy to what he is now. You don't know anything about that. I heard the view from the outside.
Yeah, and it really was true. Like he was just, I think it just the world tour and just kind of like it burns sometimes. And just like when things don't go your way, it's a lot of luck. I don't feel like he had been, he did it riding for other people his whole career, and now he gets to ride for himself. It's just silly.
Tell me about your favourite kid that you've seen out there. Maybe it was something you watched in the road. Maybe it was one of the kids that you've got in 2 years. What is your favourite kid that you've loved?
I liked my 2021 kid. I really liked the green, almost like ceramicist iron kid. I liked that one a lot. That was a solid one. I'm still thinking very bad. Usually I'll get tired of a kid after like 8 months. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to wear the inline stuff again and like reset. And that kid I really liked.
Awesome.
My Rafa 2021 was like a solid.
What about a horse, mate? You're definitely going to have one of these. One of those days where you're just like, you know, this was day. What is the Colin Strickland war story?
The day that COVID blanket was like, awareness was coming, was sweeping the national, like in the U.S. It's 2021, I think March 20th. In South, gravel race was a 100-mile red clay gravel race in pissing rain at like 2 degrees Celsius was the starting temp, raining in mud for 105 miles, and we were just covered in red clay. The bikes are covered in red clay. No bike change, and it was just this whole ridiculous character with the experience. Broke the chain. Mason Kelvin ended up winning because he's just like built for that shit, and he's just like such a good bike rider and smart bike rider. It was just like I got second somehow. I was almost winning, but yeah, it was just like 6 hours. I usually got really well, and it was like a character.
You're questioning what the hell you're doing out there the whole time. What am I seriously doing? I'm supposed to be enjoying this stuff, and now I'm actually hating life.
Oh yeah, it was insane. I mean, it was, and then not only that, but like halfway through the day, the wind kicked up and dried all the clay off and the rain up, and it turned like peanut butter for everyone else who was doing like. So the riders in the front got through it. And we're like, oh, that was terrible. And then 2 hours later, there's people coming in carrying a bike that looks like a mud ball. Can't even ride the thing, like broken derailleurs. I was like, oh my god, my day was just hanging up tonight because you're riding like soft or like watery mud, and then it dried to peanut butter clay, like probably like Aussie mud.
Yeah,
shit, you can't ride it.
Especially because sticks clearance. If you got no clearance, you decide to just go up the time. You're like, yeah, that'll be alright. Yeah, it's tiny. I got like 50% of it with the clearance.
Yeah, I was gonna back to favorite rider. Obviously, I'm really not following riders. Lady. Yeah, nice. I forget which race we were scared about. We had the wind apocalypse. I think that was the coolest graphic of this race.
216.
Yeah. With wind crossing like the winds, letting trees down. One rider yeah, it was insane. And then the way he raced it was like off the front group, got back on, and then just like timed an attack, just like totally unsuspecting, committed to it, rode it like no problem, like just lost it.
That's funny because I was going to ask you about rewatchable race. Would that be your most rewatchable race? 216 in London?
I think so. I mean, we all say like we all love to watch the crazy shit, right? But it's probably so stressful to ride. And just like Derby Day 2021 was probably. Were you in that one?
I was. Yeah, that was my last race. Yeah, it was. They're talking about moving into October now full time, roommate, and I'm like, yeah, bring it. I was watching it. I said, who cares? What feel the cool? Yeah. Not a
actually race.
I was getting to this last topic about you. A few little questions here. BWS, do you wine or spirits? What's your choice of poison?
Actually, I've kind of an affinity for all of them.
You gotta just go use one.
Alright, just go with some spirits. Whiskey, that's the kind of
I really say that because many people say spirits. If I've ever had spirits, I reckon he's probably going to go for spirits. I don't know why. I just had that feeling.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of I like the taste of spirits. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'll get it down just to like get drunk. Like I like sipping spirits. I like bourbons. I like mezcal. I like strong flavored spirits.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
What about like gins and vodkas?
I don't mind a good gin cocktail when you're on or something, but honestly, it's a vodka gin less straight up, but a good whiskey, a good bourbon, or
Good tequila.
straight up. Yeah, I like mezcal better than tequila. I like tequila as well, but I just did a trip in Boswell to the Jalisco tequila region of Mexico. That was absolutely stunning. It was like the wine region. Yes, it was like a wine region, but with agave. That just feels as far as you can see. It just like just perfectly formed agave plant.
Change your opinion on tequila now, like when you drink it outside of there.
Oh yeah, I mean it was you see the region it's coming from was pretty yeah, it's definitely piqued my interest back. But again, tough on the bike racer lifestyle, more things that you can't do when you're a pro bike racer, right? So add that to the list.
No. What are the other
What not to do is you're going to Roubaix. Get really into tequila.
spirits?
Like, give me that.
What about coffee? What's your coffee drink? What's your coffee routine? Do you just drink sort of filter stuff, or you like run through an Italian style with your cappuccinos, maybe just espresso in the afternoon? What's your coffee routine?
I have a morning percolator, good coffee drink. I don't like milk. And maybe some, usually just black coffee. First thing in the morning, I tend to have some trouble with insomnia, so I don't drink coffee after midday because I can lead to insomnia for me. But early in the morning, absolutely black coffee every day.
What's your favorite training exercise, if you do?
Rockfit, which is landscape. Just think that's a great thing on rocks. You know, rocks are big holes in the dirt. You know.
Cool. Like it.
I don't know. Maybe you'd be like wearing like gym shoes.
No, that's good. I like it. It's just something different, like something that's not family.
Like,
Yeah.
find some shit that needs to be done. These days, like one heavy shit lying around my shop and move it around where it needs to go. And all that cross training is good for.
I agree. Like the thing is, sometimes I feel like I've been a bit lazy with things that take me all day. And that's what you go for me. Just like go out the back and get a chainsaw around this work that needs to get done. You know, you're screwed at the end for a different reason.
Yeah. Like, I feel accomplished. I actually got something done that needed to be done.
And I've got to work out in, you know, if that's what you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a win.
If you have headphones in when you go out riding or when you're just around, what's in your headphones? Is it music? Is it podcast? What do you like to listen to?
It's usually music for me. It's a fun time to just kind of explore Spotify, radio station, and kind of explore bands I am interested in and then kind of branch off from there. I like listening to also KCRW, which is LA with radio. They have an eclectic 44 an actually DJ curated continuous stream music that can be kind of good sometimes. But yeah, it's music for me. That's a big part of it. Riding, spending 5-6 hours out on the bike, getting good listening.
And the last question. What's the best thing about running a bike for you? You know, something you've sort of transitioned to sort of later on in your life, but you know, compared to everyone else who starts racing the what's this thing that keeps you out of the bike and these hours with sort of other interests? What's the best thing about running a bike for you?
Riding a bike just makes me feel good. I'm a firm believer in, and I think you could say this of the endurance, cardiovascular oriented, running or swimming. It's really just, it's flushing all of your blood through, it's like changing the fluids in your body every day. You're like flushing all of your blood through your liver, through your kidneys, through your lungs, and it like filters out. As humans, we carry a lot of our like stresses in chemical form, and it kind of resets your kind of emotional and chemical emotional balance by just pumping blood through your body at like an accelerated like heart rate for say an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You do get a reset, and it really kind of can maybe pull out a lot of the chemicals that are kind of stressing you out or that you're carrying heaviness or whatever, the angst, anxiety, and just give you a good reset. And that's kind of what I miss when I don't run. I'm starting to get more wound up. And yeah, that's it. That's a simple unscientific way to figure it out.
That's awesome. And that answers me really like I agree with that. 100%. Thanks for coming on talking with mate. It's been great chatting to you the last week.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mitch.
Cheers. There we have it, another talking look. Colin Strickland, I love talking to him actually. He was a great guy. I loved hearing his talking with all the different style because it's not fraud mode. So I had to twist it around a little bit. And of course, he had some answers. I think I hope the Cross Paths of the year this year, as I'm entering this world to see here's something. And well, maybe I can hang with him for a little bit before he drops me. But anyway, here's a gravel. It was great having him on the pod. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I've had some feedback over the last week from his episode. Some great feedback. People loved hearing about his story. Guys, as always, a massive thanks goes to Lara behind the scenes, Luke Jones who produced this episode, and of course, for making this happen. I was just on a pilgrimage up to Beechworth with the graphic crew. A bloody great time. They are a great group of guys, and on the road, but also off the road, over there in London, over here in Australia, and the rest of the world. I'm having a great time working with them this year. As always, there'll be another episode next week. I'm talking to Esteban Chavez. He was an old teammate of mine at Orica Green Edge. Now he's in my team. I'm not over there with them anyway in Europe, but he's in EF Education. He's a Colombian. He's got a great story, and he's getting ready for the Giro. So, guys, next week will be Esteban. Hang in for that. And until then, cheers. The music in this episode was composed by Pete Shelley. Cheers, mate.
The 2022 Giro d'Italia was supposed to be on the ground, but daily coverage of the horses is not particularly under harnesses in the most beautiful ways. Facebook puts that all together since 2016, and yes, we're just making 7 today because in 2020, Bruce had shut down with COVID. We invented our Giro. And also we meet us coverage with different sellers in London, curating cases of mind that take listeners out of Italy in the same way that the race was supposed to. Our great leader, Richard Green, was enthusiastic about most things, and that extended to consumption of wine, also causing operation. Richard's characteristic being sarcastic to desert him, as when he was constantly indulging in verbal name anything about the self-professed amateurs or even connoisseurs in this particular practice. Wine, red, white, rosé, orange, bitter, dry, sweet, and cold. In Richard's words, or more of it, invariably possible passing in the place. After Richard's passing, he also, our dear friend from Talking Reserve, probably said it best in the tribute episode.
Some of his most songs, it was just like this, maybe such insight, because most of them at the same time as well.
Because he's really excited, but it is not to mention. Instead, like a whole chunk of them group, they are in a local policy, we dedicated better name, which we can improve. I said it's that is a nice selection. The percentage of the proceeds from every sale also go for charity through some average the wines themselves are, as ever, surprising, varied, we think, sorry, Rachel, a little bit nice, men's vintages, something we don't know exactly what they are, but taste, very accurate, and challenging on Greg, that this did last year, this year we're being joined by the Italian, fake Italian, like me, for the presentation of our 2022 June Italian case. We're calling it the Selezione Simpatica, the nice selection, in honour of our great leader, friend, and founder, Richard Moore, who was very recently passed away a few weeks ago. We wanted to give the case this year that title. It's a bit of a running joke. Richard's lack of appetite really for florid explanations and tasting notes that we're using in wine we talk about. A few days ago, about 10 one pieces written about Richard, I knew this, the revelation that he had been the chairman of the Aberdeen University Wine Society interview, which is, well, it's like the unlikeliest thing I could possibly think of. It's like me outing myself as a wine expert about something which would never happen. But that is the name given to the case this year. You guys and I had a pretty heated tasting session a few weeks ago. We've been working, you guys have been working on curating this case for a few weeks now, a few months indeed. The announcement of the Giro route a few months ago greeted with great excitement by us because it gives us the excuse to plot our way around Italy in a viticultural, enological sense. So the challenge was to find 6 wines that really fit in the character and geography of the route this year. And I think we've done it, but it wasn't without its difficulties, was it, guys?
No, I mean, I think aside from the Hungarian selection, there were was pretty straightforward. There was just such a wealth of riches to choose from, and I think the route this year definitely takes into account some absolutely phenomenal regions. It's really worth going basically. Probably I suppose there are things where you've got 3 or 4 points to choose from, trying to shoot on the bit where you get them. But I think this year we made the conscious decision before we similar things that we'd like to use. So that's probably one of the easier passes of the conversation. Really, was right. We had that last year. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to take showcase many various ones. And I think obviously having with new Charles experience, with the others and all that as ones it came with. I think these really happy with the final selection. What we're doing the showcase some of the ethos.
Without again the right decision means very variety was busy and also thank you and government to buy and that and but the classic is the absolutely example to the money
This is why we're interrupting the morning chat briefly to tell you that Sonic podcast coverage of the 2022 Euro Challenge is getting lots of excitement. Which, as you know by now, is a spelling continuing to monitoring how you learn how to react to manage your energy levels on the one. The Euro's endurance event for us during this too. Building strategy and energy management are key to being on top. So starting with our Euro next week, there'll be nothing that we can monitor and keep. I'll be very extremely safe so keeping an eye on our to super sacred. You find out more about super sacred. The 3 to do a very good exercise we were able to update the coverage of Euro and really established control town. So this is why we really now we're about no long manage during this is our main thing. You get 20% of all the sites of all during last year, and I decided to using
It's been chatting, it was combative, and the meeting had a few weeks ago, the discussions, and it's been contributed by, I remember last year we had a few notable regions, very notable wines that we snubbed, that didn't make the final selection, and this year we snubbed
Piemonte, Piedmont, probably the most illustrious Italian wine region, and there are others as well that are too cold. Again, in the name of presenting, showcasing, introducing people to different wines, different tastes, things they're not familiar with. Guys, we really get into the roots. Graham recently had your rags to riches wine origins. I think it was last year we talked about starting to like I'm not sure I'm going to run with it. All waiter anyway, maybe I'm doing you a disservice. Luciana, tell us a bit about yourself. I know you're from the northeast of Italy, from the Friuli region, but how did you come to work in
Underage, presented by Greg. In Italy was progressively started and
China, just tell me when you came to United Kingdom, some of the misconceptions or preconceptions about Italian wine you saw in the UK market, or things that you did or didn't like the way the UK market view Italian wines.
they had a very bad position, and they had 20 years. Really, especially kind of super fun and technically really trying to achieve Italian. First years, yes, the rest of great ones and we have lots of games and that's the fast and generations as well changed the perception of the so we achieved the goal. I have to say my last crusade is not someone else, but for reason, yes, then we got fantastic news. Also, I have to say in Italy really changed the wine making and challenge. Fantastic approach, but anche
We get to Italy soon enough after 3 days of the GR was the year that's going to pick up data. It's in Hungary, unfortunately, for us guys, a country that's pretty well known for its wine. Pretty well known for its wine. Usually pick classical wine. Guys selected for us a wine that's from Top which is in the west. We're not using it here ever. And it's close enough. It's a wine that bears that name, Top and it's a dry wine. Greg, since as I said, we get to it soon. I'm trying to have ample time and space to talk about everything Italian. Maybe you can start us off with this chateau. Maybe
So I think it's very much the Hungarian dry wine thing. By saying certainly the species represents 60%. That we see. There are a few other ingredients, as a cash wine, which again is running at around something like that. But there are a few routes to it. I'm really excited. For us, in terms of it, this is probably the easiest choice for this year. So that's in terms of the talent. I think here for guys like beach flavors, dry, and it's the background. My other rated dry, we've had intelligence since 7 years. Very wrong. Because everyone tries something different now, can create different stuff. The British weather actually turns out this year we actually had at least we got some stuff going. But yeah, but particularly really interesting with fish dishes, especially because there's a serious day of fish curry, but certainly things like fish, really any fish in particular. Speak a bit about that. That's going to be later. But you're going to get something that has a sense
Top guy, just it's so famous in Hungary that it's mentioned in the example.
but it is really the number one region in Hungary. It's the only region in absolutely the east. actually. There's not every spare piece of dirt that's being used to be fair, the only other reason I've seen it against most of them is champagne certainly doesn't like that. But a lot of regions just don't have confidence.
I also don't think that it has a people say that music models, which is basically like two things. One was balance and so we have been upset. I was still been upset at this is the name of the guy.
They're not even ended it's having to do
So these are the biggest resurrection.
Maybe we can't have the treat it as the child was kidnapped and take it back.
Yes, why not?
First of all, we can't hear about it. It's interesting, especially why the system in general. It's always really interesting to get the Italian style system because a bit like with me, it tends to be sort of a love-hate relationship. A lot of Italians kind of with Sicily, so we head over heels in love with Sicily and then turn down with birthday. Others go once, vow never to return. You explained to me that your relationship with Sicily is not stages.
Yes, just have a bit right. And I was a teenager, really kind of aware of because historically, that between Slavic cultures and Muslims, by centuries and Sicily has been English, and Spanish, things between different slides. And they were very similar and history and going for the first time unaware that I can prepare a hot lunch without water into a different shop. So and somebody was at the something leave your attitude and embrace everything will come. You learn to enjoy it. And that's what I did. So instead of legendary Sicilian and mind that between West and East are completely festivals. It's the West part of the island that is 80s, very quiet, but they realize the time of their life and the East parties let's say the needs of black passions
There's a different even spell Arancino differently, which we spoke about before on the podcast, maybe we get into that again. But you talked about it being aliens, something that obviously this is why we've got the Vieni, and that is from a part of Sicily which really does feel alien to anyone because it's sort of this northern slopes of Ravenna, black soil, with the gentleman set up this winery, and it's associated with a particular literally the property of the black earth, and then the soil is literally side of
it is so it's very soft action that you get into and respect and it's not sophisticated as much as it is very freaking down especially from this point right down to every they don't all want whites and because and part of the whole and most of the ones which are the friends
and the wine itself, I mean, we talked about this volcanic soil, it's surprised to me, it's quite light in colour. I know that this area of the Venus comes to be known as the Italian of the Burgundy. The wine itself has certain amounts of slowly, as I said, it's quite light in colour. So it has a bit of spice, there's a little bit of cooking around about this wine, spiciness of it.
just need to go back into strawberry, fresh carrots, and it's very nice. Please, like it, yes, really to see that. Understood that, and it's a issue of chestnut.
Well, guys, so I'm going to be stressed pretty much. If you're racing here, which is it was an early milestone every day, and we drank quite a few light reds that day. And it's pretty sticky on the next one because we had a sort of crazy lineup of for this year, and I decided that we were lacking something a bit more heavy, a bit more density, a bit of darker colour, and we had to get rid of it and not toss it over this. And we eventually came to having had stages for we came to our third wine, which we will enjoy as the rest of the so on stage 10, we start with this red, you know, people that they make and yeah, this is the real, as far as I'm concerned, blockbuster of red this year because it shocked me in China, delighted me, as I said, very dense, having some beef stew, having some savoury wine, some bits, I mean, those sin sauce, which was really listening. So tell us, maybe you start, tell me about this one.
So the film itself was very much that. I think, as you said, as you rightly said, we coming over to this. Sorry, we've had this in some places, as you said, being sent to really row. And I think we've been waiting just a moment. I think here in the UK, the film was thinking about Giano. Is it why you're having pizza and pasta and using the customers? It's a Tuesday night, you know. Yeah, so, there's not, you know, I know Giano isn't taken seriously. You in this conversation last year where this there is stuff with damage producers and we're just going to do something to change people's perception. As it did, but it also has the one side of vintage, so it gives us the opportunity to get this opportunity with the podcast cases. And all this things that's going to be on, you know, I think that also some of the main need this particular producer, you know, coming out to us, we tasted it, it was quite yes, this can take those people, get the the best to something.
If you drink multiple China and choose
something like this, yeah. It's interesting. People always a nice terminology, but yeah, this particularly for people actually we don't think about it, it's a bit weak like really, and I think this definitely transcends that. It's definitely take those different names that we get to try and beat in play.